Tonight, the Southern Illinois Airport has released new details about parking ahead of President Trump's rally on Saturday. We have the latest next. Plus, the wall that heals is now open at Carson Park in Paducah. More coming up. And Marion city leaders plan to spend $3.1 million on water improvements. We have those stories and more tonight on a Thursday night edition of News 24 at 10. And good evening. Thanks for joining us. We have a lot of news to get to on this Thursday night, but we begin in Murfreesboro, where the Southern Illinois Airport has released new details about parking ahead of President Trump's campaign stop. According to airport manager Gary Schaefer, the airport will close tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. to all auto traffic. It will reopen at 7 a.m. to automobiles for the event. For a PDF version of the parking map, visit our website at www.news24si.com. To Paducah, where the wall that heals is now open in Carson Park. Tonight, an opening ceremony was held at the wall. The ceremony honored those whose names are on the wall and others who served during the war. Local elected officials, officers from Fort Campbell, and others spoke at the ceremony. The wall that heals is 3/4 the length of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington. Both bear the names of U.S. servicemen, nurses, chaplains, and others who gave their lives during the conflict. It also lists people that have been missing since. The memorial can help Vietnam veterans and their loved ones heal and remember the 3 million plus Americans who served in the war. You are invited to visit the wall, share your stories, and give tribute to those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. To the weather, where some tropical rain is on the way. Here's Terry in with the latest. All right, thanks, Terry. Turning to Marion tonight, where Marion city leaders plan to spend $3.1 million on water improvements. $600,000 of that will go toward improvements to the water tower on Madison Street. The remaining $2.5 million will go toward the planning and construction of a new water tower. Mayor Anthony Ranella said the city is looking for a few spots in the northeast part of town for the new tower. Ranella says the new water tower will also help the city withstand an emergency like the Red Lake water crisis in May. The city council is also considering a four-way stop at the intersection of Boulevard and Vicksburg streets. Pam Odom has lived at that intersection her whole life and says the traffic is a problem. She doesn't remember any serious crashes involving people, but her pets haven't fared too well. The intersection used to be a four-way stop before the city widened Boulevard in the 80s, and now city leaders are looking to having a stop sign there again. Ranella said he's heard plenty from neighbors who want a four-way stop. He said one of the main concerns is all children in the area. Odom welcomes a four-way stop. And she hopes the stop signs on Boulevard would at least slow those speedy drivers down. Brunella said the police chief and the street commissioner will study the idea and likely present something to vote on next month. If you're driving around southern Illinois over the next couple of days, odds are you'll see a traveling merchant selling shirts, hats, beanies, and just about anything else you can fit President Trump's image on. We spoke to some of these merchants who come from places all over the country. They travel from rally to rally selling merchandise, some of them full-time and others in busy seasons. Justin Williamson set up shop in Carbondale, just off Route 13 outside the University Mall. He said Southern Illinois has been welcoming to him since arriving. Williamson is from North Carolina, but said he's traveled all throughout the Midwest and East Coast from event to event selling President Trump items. Raymond Moe had his booth in Marion by the town square, who's already been well received. Still, with all the controversy behind the president and the political divisiveness right now in the country, it's not all high fives and smiles for these guys. Moe said that happened to him this morning and that has only been the really hostile interaction he's had here so far. These merchants said whenever they get somebody trying to start something at their tents, they brush it off and keep focused on the job at hand. And for continuing coverage on President Trump's rally, visit our website, www.news24si.com. Much more local news, sports, and weather is coming up next, but first, here's your Fox News update.
In Fox News. Closing in on clues. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Federal and local authorities zeroing in on one state as they hunt for the person or persons responsible for 10 suspected bombs to high-profile Democrats and others.
Investigators are now describing Florida as a region of interest. This as the FBI refines its search for the origin of some of those suspicious packages containing possible pipe bombs, all intercepted in several states.
In New York, Maryland, Florida, Delaware, and Los Angeles. Law enforcement responded, and each package was collected by experts, and examinations are now underway at the FBI lab in Quantico.
William Sweeney of the FBI, 3 packages discovered today, 2 addressed to Joe Biden. Both were found in the former vice president's home state of Delaware. Another intercepted in New York City, addressed to Robert De Niro, an actor and outspoken critic of President Trump.
Fox's Tom Graham. As a caravan of thousands of migrants from Central and South America continues their journey to the U.S. southern border, Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen clarified guidelines and how people can come in the U.S. and legally stay.
There seems to be a misunderstanding among the caravan. If you are coming here to seek family reunification, that is not asylum. You cannot stay. If you are coming here to seek a job, that is not asylum. You cannot stay.
On Fox's The Story with Martha McCallum. The State Department spokesman says the U.S. welcomes the decision by Saudi Arabia to let the son of murdered journalist Jamal Khashoggi leave the country and come to the U.S. Late last week, Saudi officials admitted their role in Jamal Khashoggi's death at the Saudi consulate in Turkey. Saudi prosecutors now admit Khashoggi's murder was premeditated. Google announcing it's fired 48 employees for sexual harassment during the past 2 years, and they did not give them severance packages. The announcement in direct response to a New York Times report, the company dismissed the executive in charge of its Android software in 2014 and paid him a large sum of money. This is Fox.
As the leader in...
Stop.
Let's face it, the world could use some warmth.
Those of us in law enforcement get frustrated when people distort the facts, like what they're saying about Brendan Kelly. I've worked with Brendan, protecting our community, always with integrity. He's taken on tough cases that no one else would, stood up for victims. fought Big Pharma, and prosecuted Republicans and Democrats for corruption. Brendan is tough, he's independent, he's a fighter for Southern Illinois.
I'm Brendan Kelly, and I approve this message.
An anticipated event in Southern Illinois. From traffic to Trump, we have you covered. A presidential visit Saturday on News 24.
Bruce Rauner, the man who can do no wrong, according to himself.
I am not in charge. I'm trying to get to be in charge.
He insists he's not to blame. The Blame Game, starring Bruce Rauner.
I did not create the school funding formula.
No matter the question, Governor Rauner kept referring back to one thing.
The Rauner administration tried to pass blame for the Legionella outbreaks.
And we would not do anything different.
Bruce Rauner, 4 years of failure is enough.
How did Arby's finally make the turkey sandwich exciting? We deep fried it. Just the turkey part, not the whole sandwich. For now.
Arby's, we have the meats. Brendan Kelly and his political cronies will do anything, even lie, to cover up his dangerous record.
When Domino's is out for delivery, use Domino's new dinner bell to get the family home. Ring the dinner bell and they'll come running for their mix and match favorites. Choose any two or more like bread twists, specialty chicken, pizza, or salads for only $5.99 each. Philip loved riding horses. It was one of the things he enjoyed most. So when nagging joint injuries from his life as a state trooper threatened his ability to ride, he knew he needed help. He found a team of dedicated physicians who walked him through every step of the way. Now, he's back on the saddle, off into the sunset. Who could be such a partner? Only SIH.
An anticipated event in Southern Illinois. From traffic to Trump, we have you covered. A presidential visit Saturday on News 24.
All right, thanks, Terry. Turning to Carbondale this evening, where an outpouring of support from the community following SIU Chancellor Carlo Magno's death has created an opportunity for a student. A memorial scholarship has been created in his name by the SIU Foundation and the SIU Alumni Association. Jim Salmo, the SIU Foundation's CEO, says locals began sending in memorial gifts soon after his passing, and the groups decided to put them together to create the scholarship for SIU students. Salmo expects at least $10,000 to be raised, and if $25,000 is donated, the scholarship has potential for endowment. However, much of the scholarship's details still need to be set by Magno's family. The family will set applicant criteria as well as how the funds will be dispersed. One of the first people to donate is Dee Dee Lingle-Ittner, a 14-year member of the SIU Alumni Association. Lingle-Ittner can remember the first time she met Magno. The encounter was during a dinner in June of 2017. That meant for alumni to get to know him and other candidates for the chancellor position. She was invited not only as an Alumni Association Executive Committee member, but as part of the community for her deep ties to the university. After Magno became chancellor, Lingle-Ittner would see him on campus at least once a week and out in the community. Lingle-Ittner says anyone can donate and that it may create a family tradition for students to attend SIU like her own. The first recipient for the fall scholarship will likely be chosen in 2019. One of the men who helped to get the Marion Cultural and Civic Center off the ground gives thousands more after his death. That's Marion Civic Center Executive Director Josh Benson. Benson said he was shocked when Bracy Smith's widow gave him a check for $300,000. Smith died in September at the age of 99. The money was Smith's final gift to the organization he helped start. Benson said the money will go towards new lighting and production equipment, something that'll help the Marion Civic Center save money. Benson believes the improvements will help bring in bigger acts, something he said Smith would love to see. If you're interested in donating to the Marion Civic Center, call the main office at 618-997-4030. For the month of October, News 24 is starting Oktoberfest segments to help you through fall with tips, tricks, and helpful hints. In our most recent segment, we're teaching you how leaves change color.
Red, orange, and yellow. They fill our trees each season. They are leaves. And even though they might take over your yard, it's a true phenomenon on how they really change colors. Chlorophyll is responsible.
Are you kidding me?
Change color. Leaves each have their own way of producing their own color. Red leaves are produced as the chlorophyll is broken down. Anthocyanin, which is basically the leaf version of red food coloring, is formed as the chlorophyll breaks down, creating red leaves. That's the same case for orange and yellow leaves. In orange leaves, chlorophyll breaks down and creates carotene, and in yellow leaves, xanthophyll is produced. So no matter what your favorite leaf color is, think before you rake, because these leaves are only around once a year.
We're back here tomorrow with much more news, sports, and weather. News 24 Sports is next.
How did Arby's finally make the turkey sandwich exciting? We deep fried it. Just the turkey part, not the whole sandwich. For now.